Anna Hazare says the government has betrayed us. The BJP says the government has severely compromised parts of the Lokpal bill. The Aam Aadmi Party says this is a betrayal of the promises that were made. Arun Jaitley in detail has elaborated, and he's the leader of the opposition in the Rajya Sabha, how the government has not put out a draft that is acceptable to them. Renuka Chaudhary of the Congress debating this evening with Mayank Gandhi of the Aam Aadmi Party. My first question to Siddharth Nath Singh. Let's be very focused. Therefore, let's open the debate. Point number one. Where's the betrayal? Give me betrayal number one. I'll get a response from Renuka Chaudhary immediately. Siddharth Nath Singh, why don't you start the debate tonight?
Arnab, we have seen in last 2 years how the government has tried to delay getting a strong Lokpal. And time and again we have seen it has centered around the autonomy of the CBI. Government has used all their tricks that the CBI autonomy doesn't happen. Now when we have reached a stage of fine prints, then we see again that they have conceded to the pressure of the, what we may say, Anna Hazare, the public movement, the anger of the public, the BJP, the opposition, and they have agreed that the CBI collegium can come. There can be a director investigation, director prosecution. They have come to all that. But when you look at the fine prints again, and that's where the betrayal comes, they have kept the control of the investigative officers for their removal. That's again how the government will use it. If somebody, investigative officer, is doing the good job, he is removed without even a consultation with the Lokpal. So that is where they want to keep the hold on the investigative agency.
That's point number one.
Because that is the crucial.
That's point number one. Point number one, Renuka Chaudhary. Let's get a response on point number one. Point number one, the fact that any officer investigating any case, Renuka Chaudhary, investigating a case referred to by the Lokpal can be moved, proves that political bosses can manipulate investigations. Tomorrow, if Renuka Chaudhary does not like the way a certain investigation is going, she can give a phone call to someone and say that, would you kindly transfer the officer? The person is not convenient to me. I'm not saying you, I'm taking a case, just a test case. It has happened before. So why do you want to not give that basic amount of independence to the investigators?
Why do you want to presume that the basis of every investigation is suspect?
No, why do
we assume?
Why do you want officers of the CBI not to operate without fear or favor? As has been argued by the BJP, an investigating officer, however inconvenient, has a right to continue to investigate. Ujjwal Chaudhary, senior income tax officer who led the investigation into the Madhu Koda scam, was on the verge of unraveling the link, as we are exposing on Times Now, was shunted. He's not part of the investigation now. And what happened to the scam? It was buried.
I think first of all, we can't base these on presumptions. I mean, we are assuming, and you can't draw two parallels on this case where you're saying about the Madhu Koda case. That's a completely different issue, and you'll be able to see what will come out of it. No one compromised on the Madhu Koda disclosures, and you can't remove government vision from the document. You can't say that a Lokpal bill has to be made for the convenience of Aam Aadmi or Falana Dhimkana. And the government should have no role or no concept of what it needs for governmental administration.
Why is it important for governmental administration? Why is it important for governmental administration for politicians to decide who the investigating officers will be? And I am not saying Falana Dhimkana.
No,
I don't know the exact English translation of that.
But why is it relevant for NGOs to decide?
No. One second, no NGOs.
Why?
The Aam Aadmi Party is not an NGO. It's become a political party. Now,
since when have they registered?
Well, I think they're a political party. Have they registered? Question is not answer on fact. As I go to Mayank Gandhi, I only want to contest this. On February 16, 2010, Ujjwal Chaudhary was a top income tax officer For 3 days, he carried out huge raids on Jharkhand, which revealed that hundreds of crores in concealed incomes of businessmen and politicians. And immediately he was transferred. Where's the guarantee it won't happen again?
I want to
unless
ask
you
you
change the
one
law.
thing.
You change the law, it won't happen.
Where is the guarantee that we have so much control and we are able to subvert investigations? In which case, none of our people would be sitting inside the coolers.
That's because the media investigated.
If you really
investigating
believe that
agencies
we have
followed
that
later.
much, no. All right. So now that credit goes to the media.
No, but you know all these stories which have broken out, 2G, CWG, Devas, ISRO, Kargil for Profit, Adarsh. Even the Madhukoda scam right now is being followed by the media, monitored by the Supreme Court and the courts. The agencies are being forced to follow it up.
So then what have you got to fear?
I put that question to Aam Aadmi Party.
This is the system that's working and functioning.
Renuka
What have we got to fear? You have the support of all the other pillars of democracy and they'll all function.
I want to get in the Aam Aadmi Party.
So what?
Why are you working on a premise
What
of
Renuka
suspicion?
Chaudhary is saying?
Yeah, she's saying, why are you working on a premise of suspicion?
Arnab, what this really means is that let all the other arms of government function well, but we, the ruling party, will keep the power with us and we will not do anything. Even though when we have betrayed the people, when we have promised Anna Hazare, we have promised the country that we will do a certain thing and not do it, and then say the other arms of government, let it function, we will not function, we will not make it independent, we will keep control. What kind of an argument is this?
Aam Aadmi. No, I will tell you what kind of an argument it is. Obviously, you haven't done very well in translation. And if you're telling me that this is what the government is saying, is that your interpretation? How are you as Aam Aadmi more qualified than us? Please tell me. What is the promise you have made to the country?
Qualification.
And how much have you fulfilled?
Madam, we are not qualified.
One minute, let Renuka Chaudhary ask the question to Mayank. Let Mayank respond. Siddharth, 1 minute. Let the Aam Aadmi Party respond to the Congress. After that, I'll come to the BJP. I have a few questions for the BJP also, by the way. 1 minute. Mayank, please respond.
Yeah. No, what is she saying? She is saying we are not qualified. Of course we are not qualified. We have never fooled the people. This whole gang of people, there is so much corruption happening. And when we ask for a Lokpal, absolutely. So when the people are asking for an independent Lokpal, you say, let media look after it, let civil society, but we will not give you an independent Lokpal. What kind of an argument is that?
No, I never said that. I have not said that. Is that your understanding? Should I speak in some other language? That is not what I've said.
No, ma'am.
That is a convenient appellation, and that is also cheating. You are misguiding and fooling people on television. And you can't get away with this every
all
time.
your arguments, ma'am. This country needs an independent investigation.
Your argument.
Independent
your
CBI.
Don't
use the CBI as your handmaiden for your political gains.
Don't run down the CBI and its autonomy. You are making an accusation against all the officials in CBI.
Are you saying CBI is autonomous? Come on, give us a break.
Mayank Gandhi, one question for you. July 2011, when Sonia Gandhi met Anna Hazare and others, Anna Hazare said at the meeting, and also after it, Parliament is supreme and civil society members will respect whatever Parliament decides. So the counter can be put to you that you said you'd respect Parliament. You are a political party, but you don't have the clout in Parliament. Unless the BJP takes your line, you will have to stick to your line as articulated by your leader at that point of time, Anna Hazare, that you'd respect Parliament.
Arnab, my question is, of course we respect Parliament. We respect the institution of Parliament. Does it mean that whatever Parliament does, we have to accept it and not even register our anguish and our feeling of being cheated? Do you think we should keep quiet on that? We have to register, we have to go before the people and say the ruling party had made certain promises. It is abrogating that. It is fooling the people of this country. It is cheating Anna Hazare. It is cheating the people of this country. in front of the entire nation, you have made
Hello.
certain commitments. Why aren't you honoring them?
Renuka
How long
Chaudhary.
can you fool us?
I'm
Renuka
sorry. It is a convenient case of misinterpreting the commitments. You must understand that there is a select committee which looks at all these issues, which doesn't comprise of the Congress alone. All right? They're representatives of different parties which are there, which is the democratic way. Unlike your Aam Aadmi Party, which is a handful of people, and you want to dictate to the nation.
Yes, Siddharth.
The select committee gives a report. Select committee gives a report. Then the cabinet has no authority because the property of the Rajya Sabha. Renuka Chaudhary need not be told about it. But why is the government, pushing it? Or there is a more than the, what we are not trying to understand. There is a huge political game being played out by the Congress. They do want to keep the investigative, they want to keep the investigative officers under their cloud so that they are not free from the government control. At the same time, they are trying to push by not routing it through the normal business procedures of the parliament, that the select committee report comes to Rajya Sabha, it's debated. The amendments are brought in, it goes to the Lok Sabha.
No, they say we have 1 minute.
One minute.
We put that question.
I'm making a political point, Arnav.
Siddharth, they say we accepted most of the recommendations of the select committee. I'm just saying that. They're saying most of the recommendations of the select committee, which comprises members of all political parties, and hence should be looked as a one big step towards getting a political consensus over the Lokpal bill, will help the bill get passed in parliament, has been done. You've also been part of that select committee.
That's the idea. They want to, the Congress would like to do a Tarzan. They would like to beat their chest and say, hey, we have got a Lokpal. Now the elections are coming. We have given you anti-corruption ombudsman. This is what the Congress is. But the people in the villages...
You are accusing... So you are saying today that the Congress party... No. So you are saying the Congress party is subverting the legislative process?
You don't want to take...
Renuka, don't, you want to repeat some rhetorics. It is because of us that you accepted a JPC in the 2G. It is because of us that you were forced to get the,
then why did you walk out of the select committee?
In the fashion it has been done.
Where was the need for you since you were so good and you were steering it?
Hold on to the CBI.
Why did you walk out of this committee and start a platform?
Your control over the CBI and the autonomy of the CBI. That's where the whole, your case rests. So don't tell us what we have done. We have helped. So you will tell us what you think is right.
One second. Renuka Chaudhary. To the Congress and the BJP, one at a time, please. One at a time, please. Yes, Congress is responding. I have a question for both sides. After Renuka Chaudhary, Renuka Chaudhary, he is saying you are not following the process. Can your only response be who told you to walk out of the select committee? He's saying you are not following the process.
So I'm asking him. So what is the process? If the Aam Aadmi keeps changing their process every half day, it's a hard act for us to follow. They were part of the decision making. And halfway they up the antenna and they leave. Then they can't decide on a consolidated way forward.
Renuka ji, don't show arrogance towards what you are in the government.
No. What is the arrogance? Now, see,
okay, 1 minute. 1 minute. Renuka Chaudhary, can we talk merits of the case?
Empower you to talk as the way you want.
No, one second.
I think you are arrogant.
Can we pick up one more?
That you have the audacity to be part of a government discussion and then you walk out, you set up a platform.
No.
You start a new business and then you're accusing us.
We do on a certain merits and on the ground of dissent. When you try not to bring the Chidambaram
Okay, I heard both sides. 1 minute.
Under investigation.
Renuka Chaudhary.
Powers of the JPC.
Siddharth Nath Singh, I said we'll keep it focused. Siddharth Nath Singh, I think case number 2. BJP says, why are you asking for a notice to be given to a public servant by the Lokpal before he embarks upon consideration of the complaint against the public servant? Renuka Chaudhary, you've been a minister. By rejecting this recommendation of the select committee, The government is being accused of consciously trying to protect public servants against whom complaints have been received. Why should the benefit of doubt be given to the accused? Why should he not be made party to the preliminary inquiry? Why should a notice be given to a public servant before he embarks upon consideration of the complaint? I mean, you are making the whole process of initiating an inquiry against a possibly corrupt public servant so bureaucratic and cumbersome, Renuka Chaudhary. For the Aam Aadmi, not the Aam Aadmi Party, for the Aam Aadmi, that very few people will want to go through the process.
But the key word is possibly corrupt. We all know that we live in a world today where accusations can be made downright. If you're going to subject every public servant to an open accusation, open-ended accusation, without a preliminary structure to address it, then it is alarming. We are going to unleash a fix-you game. Someone who doesn't get some funds will say that this man is corrupt.
I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. Can I give you an example?
What is the premise that you work on?
Okay, no, I'll give you an example. Examples which have been talked about. Let's say Shri or Shrimati XYZ is a corrupt person. Shri or Shrimati XYZ has bank accounts, has cash in their house, has jewelry, has documents which prove that they are corrupt. Now, that person obviously to be so corrupt must have a very conniving and evil mind. If you tell such a person that Shri XYZ, I am giving you notice. See, you're already smiling because you agree with me. If you tell a person that I give you notice,
no, I'm not.
I am coming in 7 days, then Shri XYZ will in that period hide all possible forms of illegal gratification and ensure the books are cleaned, and then will...
Aren't we being a little naive?
No, absolutely not.
Naive?
That, well, how are you... Do you expect a corrupt person on being given notice not to make attempts to conceal the acts of corruption?
How do you know that the person who's been given a notice is not under watch?
Watch?
Yes.
How
it's
do
a
I
very
raid
good
a
way
person?
to smoke out the person.
How do I raid a corrupt person? I want to go to a corrupt person's house.
It's a very good way to smoke the person out. The minute they start transferring, then you know.
But you've not raided.
But
you need to collect the evidence.
Up and how are you established? No. How do you establish Mrs. XYZ has disproportionate assets, has gold in the house?
Yes.
Aam Aadmi is going to tell us.
I want to raid their house. But if I go about giving notices...
How do you say that they have disproportionate bank accounts?
I would raid
based
their
on
house.
what? What was your inquiry?
I'll tell you, I would raid their house, I would raid their bank assets, I would seize their assets, I would seize their papers, and if I find nothing, I'll give them a clean sheet. But if I give them a notice, that's like giving them a warning in advance.
What about the loss of reputation?
Loss of reputation?
I think you... This is disgusting. You mean to say you're willing to just trample over anyone on an accusation which is not substantiated?
I got you.
And then you say that I'll give them a clean chit.
No, I'm asking.
Is that the way to work?
I'm asking you whether the process.
What about an honest man who, if something like that happened, I'll kill myself.
Okay. I heard you. Siddharth Nath Singh.
For that.
Siddharth Nath Singh. That's Renuka Chaudhary demolishing the BJP argument that you should not give notices to public servants before beginning an inquiry. Your response.
I'm sorry.
I mean, the process of law, you just assume they're guilty.
Nobody gets
and you
this
proceed
benefit
on
that you are informed about if we are going to raid. I think in any investigation, suddenness and surprise is the essence of it. Now, but they don't want to.
After you do preliminary inquiries to establish.
Please. You have not read. No. Arey Baba, you have not read the select committee report. Please read it where they say before the decision is taken by the Lokpal, there is a 3-member select committee, the 3-member Lokpal committee, which will go through the merits of complaint, and then they will decide to have a preliminary inquiry or not.
Precisely.
So please read it. So already a procedure is laid out, and on the basis of the preliminary inquiry, you cannot inform somebody that I am coming and going to raid you. This is against the criminal procedure. It is not given to any Aam Aadmi.
Something that is based on a preliminary inquiry already establishes what evidence you have. So where is that man going to run?
No.
But the day you register, you are going against, you are saying, no, I will give a public servant the right to clarify. We will give them enough time so that they can cover all their footprints and they can run away with all the evidence which a surprise rate could have collected.
That's very slanderous and libelous
I don't
talk
understand
that you are
which
doing.
form of the IPC you want to follow.
Point number 3.
Well, it's certainly not your form of following this order.
Point number 3. There are 3 issues. There are 3 issues.
I wanted to respond to point number 2.
You want to respond to point number 2. Renuka Chaudhary says, as per the principles of natural justice, if I quote her, paraphrase her correctly, you have to give an opportunity to the other side to present their case, to which there can be an argument that when you give opportunity, you're giving warning. When you're giving warning, you let the person conceal. When the person conceals, they will not just conceal, they will hire a very expensive lawyer to fight their case for them. By the time the officers land at their house, the accused will be more prepared than the person who is investigating. It's just a possibility.
No,
Arnab,
you
one more point in
already
that.
have a preliminary inquiry. There is a certain premise on which you're basing your order to go ahead and investigate them. So that evidence is not going to go.
I have a third point.
There's three people who are sitting and deciding
No, but
on the
Arnab, I
merits
wanted
of
to
the
respond
case.
to point number 2.
Yeah, Mayank is responding to point number 2 and the Congress party's argument. Yes.
Yeah, see, I think this whole argument is very spacious. You are giving a warning to the accused that you cover up everything and you hide, and you also can victimize the people who's complaining against you. So there can be no argument for this. I think the government is covering up for the accused government officials
This is ridiculous.
rather than the complainant.
Every day there are income tax raids and raids conducted all across the country where people come and say that this is what we suspect.
Ma'am, wherever there are raids,
people go and raid.
they don't go and ask the people who's
Who is
raided
victimized
that please
after
give
the
your
raid,
answer
please
before
tell
we
me.
raid you. It doesn't
The
work
people-
like that. I don't think you know what you are talking
but
about.
you are saying...
This is a completely ridiculous
Okay,
argument.
fine. Since you are the... What is ridiculous? If we agree
Don't
with
feel
you,
bad.
it's
I'm
not
telling you the
ridiculous.
truth.
It's time now for a very, very short break. I'll be back in a couple of minutes as we take the debate forward. Has the government really betrayed the people of India, or is the opposition overreacting on the draft Lokpal bill? Point number 3, which I raised yesterday, is this whole business of post-retirement benefits for top CBI officers. BJP says it's terrible. People who are CBI directors cannot be given post-retirement jobs. I asked this question yesterday. The BJP representative got very upset. But the gentleman called T.N. Chaturvedi, former CAG, joined the BJP after retirement. In fact, BJP made him governor of Karnataka, not just a member of the Rajya Sabha. You have no locus standi on this case. By your past record, BJP has no locus standi on this. No, don't tell me a number of congressmen who have been rehabilitated, bureaucrats rehabilitated as congressmen.
I'm not getting
No, I know.
Preach what they don't practice.
I'm not
what
getting
they
into.
preach.
I'm not getting into this argument, and my defense is certainly not that. Arnab, if things have happened in the past, it doesn't mean that we all should stand up and correct ourselves.
Good. Okay.
I think that the nation's mood has changed.
In the past.
nation is looking at having a strong Lokpal.
Right.
The nation is looking at having things change in a more positive
Okay, I
way.
won't go into
So
the
I think
past.
in that
I won't go into the
respect, it's
past.
a correct stand.
No, you see, there is present continuous,
Sure.
but I am going to go into the immediate past. October 2012 is recent enough, Siddharth? October 2012, recent enough?
go ahead.
In October 2012, a BJP-ruled Madhya Pradesh government issues a notification strongly prohibiting the CBI from taking action against certain IAS, IPS and Forest Service officers.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. You want another
Because-
example?
I mean,
I'll
I
give you
don't
one
know
more.
which is
No,
the
I'll give
case
you
and
one
I don't
more.
know. No,
My
I
question
don't
is on
have
BJP
that. I don't
hypocrisy.
have-
The
No, I
third
don't-
example, the third
no, but I
example,
don't- no, no,
the
it's not
third
hypocrisy.
example is about
No, no,
freeing the
Arnab,
CBI,
I don't have the
freeing
full
the
case,
no,
so how do I answer it?
I've got a third example. You talk about strengthening the CBI and freeing it from government control. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't it the Vajpayee government in which Section 6A was inserted in the Delhi Special Police Establishment Act, making it mandatory to get a government sanction before a preliminary inquiry against an official? of and above the rank of joint secretary. This Lokpal bill does away with that sanction. You brought in the single directive. You brought in the single directive.
Again.
No, so what is happening?
Arnab, I take your point because you are speaking from... No, but it doesn't mean... That's what I'm trying to say. Arnab, it doesn't mean if things have been committed in the past or a decision has been taken in the past...
I'm now going to tell you absolute present. No, I'll tell you the absolute present. Fourth example, today, as of today, the Uttarakhand Lokayukt bill provides for the Legislative Assembly doing a regular appraisal of the functioning of the Lokayukt. All this talk of independence in Delhi, how come when it comes to Uttarakhand you want a Damocles sword hanging over the Lokayukt?
Well, in fact,
that's present.
Lokayukt, which was passed by the BJP, was appreciated by everybody.
No. I am talking about section 14 of the bill. I am talking about a part of the bill. No appreciation.
Arnab, hang on. Even this current Lokpal bill draft says that each and every state has the right to go about in the way they can adopt it.
I am only trying to test.
You must leave certain judgments to the states also.
I must test every argument.
You're trying to test.
I must test every argument on two parameters: the earnestness of what is being said,
you can take it with
and
I
test every argument on two parameters: earnestness of what is said,
Arnab,
and the backdrop in which it is said. The backdrop is not flattering for the BJP. That's all limited point I'm making.
No, it is. No, I'm sorry, Arnab. It is flattering for the BJP because we are the people who passed it in Uttarakhand, which was appreciated by everybody. We have passed it in Bihar, so there are various state governments, but state governments have within their own rights under the Constitution to pass a bill.
Responses.
We are talking about a Lokpal bill.
Responses. We are getting Renuka Chaudhary first. Mayank, I'm coming to you after that. Renuka Chaudhary first.
No, I'm just saying you can't hunt with the hares and run with the hounds.
Yeah, but they are saying...
or whatever.
Yeah, but they are saying that...
You can't do that. And then posture very piously saying that the past is the past and we are all here to correct it.
No, but why not change the past? Why not change...
No, that's fine. Then we are all on a learning curve.
What I'm saying is that the business of post-retirement benefits, the BJP says we don't want post-retirement benefits. Don't have post-retirement benefits.
All right, look. So what are you saying? That
they are saying change.
Work has to be disqualified.
No, they are saying change. They are saying we made mistakes in the past. Change now.
So, okay. So we have to forgive them their mistakes?
No, we have to change the future.
We have to agree with what they say and that's change.
That's not exactly what they are saying. They are saying mistakes have been made. But we want to correct now. Why do you want to let the wrongs of the past continue into the future, which affect the independence of our institutions?
All right, let's...
That's the question. Why do you want the wrongs of the past, Renuka Chaudhary, to continue into the future?
There must be thinking behind that. There must be a reason. Shall we concede to that?
What is the reason?
That there has to be a rationale which was looked at and addressed. Okay, we say post-retirement benefits, they have to be disqualified automatically by virtue of being in a certain position.
Yeah.
And after that?
CBI directors, intelligence bureau chiefs, raw chiefs, CAGs, where you can influence investigations. Mayank, Mayank, what's your argument? Congress party said there must be a reasoning behind.
The point that I'm very happy to be in this program in which BJP is agreeing that it made some mistakes and Congress is speechless. So I just think that both of them should turn a new leaf and stop this kind of a misuse of pressurizing the officers to do things like this. So anyway, I'm very happy, Arnab, that I'm part of a program in which BJP agrees of that mistake and Congress is speechless. Amazing.
Renuka Chaudhary, are you speechless?
This is just his wishful thinking.
I think
I'm indulging him.
Reading too much into it. Mayank, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you.
He's never heard of the calm before the storm. Even governance is not static. It's a dynamic process.
when you started 1947 and by the time we came to 1965 or 80s or 90s, many things have changed. So there is a system which is acceptable within the governance rule. Now things have gone beyond that. I think the corruption has become such a big issue in this country that you do need to correct and make things more stronger fight against corruption. So your anti-corruption laws need to be strengthened more and more.
The question is for our Newshour
therefore
viewers.
I am saying yes, let's correct it.
That the other checks and balances that were put into place beyond the Lokpal, the judges' accountability bill and such like, are also instruments of change. How come none of you address any of those? You were not excited about discussing it. You never raised the issue at all. You never appreciated that something like that came in. You just hung on to Lokpal as a poll issue for yourselves. It's a convenient posturing that is being done by Aam Aadmi, etc.
It's an important bill when it comes
plays a double game all the time.
Anti-corruption. And the role of the CBI is essence to any investigation and fight against corruption. It's not the only solution, but it plays a major role. Therefore, a lot of discussion needs to go into the Lokpal.
Why haven't you addressed the other measures that have been put
and not
into
a toothless ombudsman?
Why are you not talking about those?
But you have been.
Why are you not telling the nation about the various checks and balances that have been put into place?
No, we can talk about the RTI which you want to dilute again.
You're just wanting to beat the government about this.
We can talk about your vote, your catching of the vote through the Manrega, where you're throwing away the money and no results are coming out. We can talk on so many issues.
Okay, so come out and say cancel the Manrega.
Well, you know the proof of the pudding. The proof of the pudding. The proof of the pudding. The proof of the pudding for the BJP will be.
Do you have the courage to say that?
Well, I think. Watch it. You know, two things, please. Two things.
Say that remove the Manrega.
No, Renuka Chaudhary, we're talking Lokpal.
Lakhs of people or Indian citizens who have an access to a better life. Say that remove it. Why are you not arguing on that?
Don't change the issue. Renuka Chaudhary, don't change the issue.
There is already a CAG report which says on the 55,000 crores of the loan waiver, there is a huge scam. So wait for it.
Renuka Chaudhary, don't change the subject. Don't change.
Okay.
Subject here is Lokpal. No. Renuka Chaudhary, you are shifting the goalpost. You are 1 minute. Renuka Chaudhary, 1 minute, Mayank.
No, I'm not. He just brought
No. You brought. No, my question.
He introduced the Manrega argument.
I think this issue is very important. I'd like to say it is in the public domain. And Renuka Chaudhary and BJP both know that this issue will be debated. Yes, it will be debated before a general election. My question is very simply this. I have two questions, and I'm taking this. I will discuss this in a longer format even forward. Congress party said, we will seek a consensus before moving ahead on the bill. In the absence of a complete consensus, will the Congress now talk to the BJP on how to change it? One. Aam Aadmi party said, we will respect Parliament. Now, if whatever consensus is in Parliament, will the Aam Aadmi party accept it? And to the BJP, if you're not happy, let's see what you do in Parliament. Will you vote against it? Or will you do a backroom deal? A compromise. So the questions are there to all sides. This debate is being watched. It's being followed very, very closely, not just by Times Now, by viewers across the country.
You can have my answer now.
You will oppose it.
The BJP will have no deal. They will go for a strong Lokpal, and the essence to this strong Lokpal, is the autonomy of the CBI. No compromise on that.
We'll follow this up.
The Congress is smart enough to get few of the allies to vote for them.
We'll follow this up in the dinner. Whatever else happens in Parliament, this issue will not be forgotten here on Times Now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight. Thank you. That's it on the Newshour tonight. I look forward to seeing you once again on Monday at 9 p.m. Till then, good night and goodbye.